All right, let's talk about how to cover yourself as an egg donor. So as I've talked about a lot, ideally you have found an agency that is a big advocate for donors, that sees you as a human and not an object, that is going to make sure that you are taken care of. I'm a little bit biased, but my mom has an egg donor agency and she is an incredible champion for egg donors. You know, I've seen what it looks like to have somebody that truly cares about the donors. You know, say they've gone through so much, they've done medical evaluations and gotten on birth control, and then the intended parents pull out. My mom typically makes sure, you know, that the donor gets $500 and gets something for her time, you know, that it wasn't just a total wash for her. That's the kind of agency that you want. An agency that is constantly looking out for you and not just trying to, you know, do whatever they need to do to make the match or to make the couple happy. And unfortunately, be aware that there are agencies like that they will do anything just to get a match. Something that happens somewhat often with agencies that are not as reputable is that they reach out and they're like, oh, there's a couple that's interested in you. Are you interested? Great. Okay, how much money would you ask for? Okay, great. Yeah, they agreed. All right, it's like, stay tuned. And so you think, okay, cool. Like I'm getting a match, like this is great. And maybe you have another agency that you're registered with contact you, like, oh, we have a potential match. And you might say, oh, no, I have this other match. I'll let you know when it's done. They're like, okay, great. And that couple goes and finds somebody else. Unbeknownst to you, the agency, the first agency they were talking about that made that potential match, they're probably potentially contacting other donors that they represent, that the intended parents are interested in, having the exact same conversations with them, while the intended parents choose who they actually want. So you really want to make sure that the egg donor agency is totally upfront with you. And you can ask, like, is this a confirmed match? Are they still looking at other donors? Make sure you get the whole story, so you're not just like put on hold, because some agencies like to make it look like it's a confirmed match, so you do stay on hold and you don't accept another match anywhere else. That's not really fair to you, because again, you're on hold for somebody that might choose one of the other like 5 women that they're looking at. So again, make sure you get the whole story, that you're not being manipulated in any way. And in regards to your time, it's really important because something that they will ask for is your blackout dates. And what this means is, you know, say you get a confirmed match in January and they ask for your blackout dates for the next few months. It's really important to look through your calendar and say, okay, I have like a family reunion, these dates, I'm going on this one trip, these dates, to give them all your dates. And you might have to choose, like, if the cycle needed to go and overlap with this one trip, would I be willing to forego it? You know, really think about that. But if there's like certain trips that you're like, nope, no matter what, I am not missing this, make sure that you tell them, like, these are my blackout dates, and no matter what, I'm not canceling like these dates. So you guys have to respect and work around this. There's a lot of donors who are at university and, you know, they don't want to be going through an egg donor cycle when they're also in school. So they're like, this is my 2 weeks of spring break. It has to happen during this time. And to just remind people, look, I need you to advocate for me. It has to happen during this time. I'm not flexible. Because sometimes people think, they say that, but like, if they really if we really need to make it happen, they can adjust their calendar. Advocate for yourself. Say, no, my time is just as important as everybody else's time, and this is when it needs to happen. Because I've seen before that it's a go and the calendars sent out, and then the intended parent's like, well, actually, now that we think about it, that doesn't really work for us, and we prefer to do it like this month. You have every right to say, no, I've committed to this time and this is what works for you, for me. Because the thing is, you are just as important as the intended parents. Their time is not more important than yours. Just because they're the ones paying doesn't mean that you have to bend over backwards for them. It, in my opinion, is an equal partnership, and everybody deserves equal respect. Sure, if the intended parents say, oh, you know, this thing came up, like, would the donor be willing to move it? If it comes to you as a question, they're humble about it, then sure, of course, you can make the decision to accommodate them. But if it really doesn't work for you, of course, you can say, no, that doesn't work for me. But yeah, just remember that you are just as important as they are. You deserve equal respect. If there is anything at all in your contract that you feel uncomfortable about, have it changed. If you feel like somebody at the clinic is not showing you respect, let your agency know and ask to see a different nurse. If you feel like the doctor talks down to you, let your agency know. Essentially, the agency needs to be your biggest advocate, and they need to be your voice. You shouldn't have to have uncomfortable conversations with the doctor, for example. The agency should do that for you. So again, go into it not thinking like, oh, I should just be grateful that I was chosen. No, you are giving up your time. You are giving up a piece of your body. You deserve 100% respect through every single step of the process. Respect yourself, respect what you're doing. It is amazing. It is an amazing gift that you are giving, being an egg donor, and make sure that you are treated like the amazing lady that you are. All right, let me know if you have any questions in the comments below.